Hey everybody, it's Durger time. Welcome back to another episode of Total Extreme Wrestling 2016, New Japan America. So this is our second episode here. First episode was just kind of focusing on giving you a tour of the company. And this one, I think we're going to do some hiring. We're going to do some changes, kind of flesh out everything fully, which should be pretty exciting. And yeah, it's going to be pretty good. We might even do a first show today. I'm not sure yet. We'll see how it pans out. A lot of feedback from you guys from the first episode. Seem to be digging the idea, at the very least, a lot. One of the suggestions that I saw, which I think is a great idea, is I'll upload my save, because it's obviously a custom save for the mod for Fleisch's mod. So it's been tweaked, obviously, because I made this promotion and things like that. I will post that up and put a link in the description so you guys can play along. It might be a lot of fun if you guys would be playing your own version of New Japan America, see where yours differs from mine. Definitely be interested in hearing how things change up in yours. It might be pretty fun. So what do we got to do today? Well, we need to hire some people. We need to flesh out our stables. We need to make some decisions on our titles, and then maybe we'll do a show. So let's go ahead and go into today. So we haven't actually started the game yet. This is probably the most setup we've had for any of these games, but I think it's going to pay off in the end. We do have Destruction in America in 11 days. We still have to put some other shows on there. There's a selection, but there's going to be some other ones and some tournaments and things like that. It's going to follow a similar structure to how New Japan's layout has it. So there's a lot of tours, a lot of multi-stage events and things like that. That should be pretty fun. A lot of tournaments. So where were we? We were in stables. So we have nobody in LIA. We got a few people, a decent amount of people in Chaos. A little bit of people in OG, probably the full amount in Elite, and we're a little lacking in Suzuki-gun. So we know where we need to kind of fill up the roster. There also is technically a fifth roster for a stable in New Japan, which is like the New Japan Army. I don't think we're going to really worry about that right now, but we are going to have to hire some people. We also have to make a decision on our titles, and looking at the feedback, you guys actually were pretty mixed. I think the overall consensus, though, is leaning towards making the United States Championship our heavyweight belt. So there's a couple things about that. First thing we need to do is we probably want to make it a minimum weight, middleweight, just to keep the divisions right. I think that's... What are the juniors? Yeah, maximum lightweight. I think minimum weight is technically the heavyweight and up. I'm trying to remember what the breakdown is for that. Doesn't exactly say. But in addition to that, I think we are going to make it our main event title. It does make sense. This is our brand, so the good analogy would be just like how NXT UK is its own little subdivision. So yeah, so just like how NXT UK, their new brand, the UK title is sort of their main belt. We'll treat the IWGP United States belt the same way, and I have a feeling the IWGP UK belt is kind of treated the same way as well. I'm not 100% sure, but I think that's the case. So for now, that's what we'll do. So that does lead us to one of our first pitfalls, which is that our prestige is a little low for our championship belt. And that Juice Robinson is probably not the right guy to have our belt. So we're going to have to look at... While I'm doing this here, I want to change his name to Juice. While we're doing it, we're going to have to be mindful of that and maybe think about putting someone in here. He's a mid-carder. Actually, let's auto-push, see what we actually are looking at here. Yeah, right now he's still a mid-carder. So, Zack Sabre is main eventer. Who's our main eventers? Let's look at that right now. Nick and Matt, Michael Elgin, Cody, and Zach. That sounds about right. Chuck and Trent are a little bit higher on the card than I feel like they would be on a New Japan show, but that makes sense maybe for the U.S. brand. Definitely Lance Archer and Davey Boy Smith are way higher than I would say that they should be. And then mid-card's about where they need to be. Lower seems about right. Actually, Switchblade, I think we need to look at Switchblade's stats. I think he might need to be tweaked because I don't think he's that. I feel like he needs to be up higher in Pyotr probably like at least a D plus, maybe a C minus with the rest of his stuff. We're gonna tweak that real quick before we really get started in here. I just feel like that's his stats probably aren't reflective of his push. I mean, because he got pushed really quickly. He had a run. Obviously, he had that Tanahashi match in Wrestle Kingdom. Was that 12? And that was good, or was that 13? I don't remember who. I think it was. I'm trying to remember. No, 13's coming up. It was 12 or 11. It was 12, I think. But he's quickly had a very, very monumental push, especially with the G1. And so I think probably some of his stats need to be adjusted a little bit. So, skills. I would say his Pyotr is probably a C minus, especially given the training that he's had. Yeah, let's do D4. I mean, he's going to evolve quickly, too. His brawling is a little bit better, too. It's a little... he should probably be D minus. That sounds about right. All around, microphone, charisma. His microphone works better than that, too. Here, we're going to put him as a C minus in microphone. I think that looks right. Maybe I'm biased, but... That seems about right. Psychology probably is, that this seems right. Okay. And then his popularity is probably needs to be a little bit higher here. He's pretty much one. He should have some in Australia, but now this is me just nitpicking. There's really no reason for this here, but okay. And yeah, he doesn't really have any popularity in America yet. That seems about right. I don't think there's that much to change there. Okay. So, now let's just go in and see where that lines him up with. I feel like he should show up as a upper mid-carder, I think, if we have him set right. Okay. Let us take a look here. Lower mid-carder? Still there. Well, we'll work on it. We'll see what he's got going on. All right. We won't worry about that right now. We're going to have to put a new belt on somebody right now. And that's going to be our focus going into Destruction, is maybe setting up something for the title. And we also need to fill out the stable. Oh, and also, boy, I'm just jumping all over the place. We also need to add a heavyweight tag team. That's another one that we're missing. So, IWGP US heavy tag team. And we'll just grab the same image as New Japan's. But I guess theirs is just called the tag team. We'll do that, I guess. It's kind of weird to me, but. And middleweight should be the minimum requirement. It's a tag, and it should be floating. Or now, actually, that should be probably mid card. Okay. Wait a second. Where'd it go? Oh, I closed it out. Jeez. Okay. US tag team. Get the picture. All the bookkeeping. Everyone's favorite stuff. All right. So tag team. Middleweight minimum. Should be mid-card, and that looks good. Boop. What was the problem? There's already a name in the database. What? Weird. Okay. Maybe I did something. Well, guess what? It's the heavy tag team now. There we go. I don't know how that happened. What happened? Okay, so that should be mid-card. Junior should be mid-card for the heavyweight, and then junior tag should be floating. That seems right. Though junior tag's prestige is way higher than it should be. Typically, actually tag team should kind of actually probably be main event. If you don't watch New Japan very much, or maybe you have only a cursory understanding of it, they're very heavy on their tag teams, and they're very heavy on their weight divisions. It's kind of your junior heavyweights are kind of like your mid card. Like instead of just, if you ever watch WWE or Impact, and you're like, well, why are people higher up on the card than others? Is it just because they're better? Japan takes a different approach of saying, like, no, they might be great, they might be the best, you're just too light. And so, like, it's a way to kind of make a division and make a separation for them without belittling, the mid card, which I think is a smart idea. So, like, somebody that is Marty Scurll or something, right? And on the mid card in New Japan, he's a junior heavyweight, would be a junior heavyweight champion. Means he's the best at that division, and it doesn't mean that he's somehow worse than the heavyweights. It just means that that's not his weight class, and anytime he would fight them, potentially there would be a significant disadvantage just because they're heavier, they have more muscle. It's like in real sports. It makes sense. It's smart. I'm a big fan of it. So in that case, the heavyweight and the United States belts should both be our main event belts. Our mid-card should be the junior heavyweight. Tag teams floating. This probably should be mid-card as well, but we'll keep it like this for now. It's fine. So these are empty. So we need to crown some people. So that's another thing we have to do, is we're going to have to kind of look at this and figure out who we're going to have as champions. But first, let's go ahead and let's start filling out this roster a little bit. So one of the ones that someone mentioned, I don't know if we can do, and I like the idea, but someone said Sonata would be a good, I can't remember his real name. Shit. Let's take a look. Sonata would be a good leader of LIA or LIJ America, though I have a feeling that he is on a written contract. Oh man, I forget what his name is in real life. No, it's not Tenzin. So I'm gonna go down the list and find him. Suzuki on a written contract? No, he's paid per appearance. We could just hire Suzuki. Poor Suzuki. That might not be a bad idea, but like Naito, I think, is written. Ishii, I think, is paper appearance. Oh, So we could actually grab some of these guys and actually bring them in. Like Evil is actually a paper appearance, which is interesting. That could be. It's weird that like Sho and Yo are written as openers, but it's odd. Did I miss him? Like Takahashi is written, saying that's not going to help us at all. Oh, ACH. We kind of forgot to grab. Might not be a bad idea, but that's just sort of just a general fill out the roster kind of situation, I think. Let's go ahead and do that while we're here. I want to go a little bit lower, though, because I'm not going to use them that much, I think. 3 years is fine. No coverage for travel. Bushi's paper appearance. I don't know. I don't like the idea of just grabbing LIJ and just bringing him over. Something about that just feels a little wrong to me. Now, what is his name? God, you guys are screaming it right now. I know. So I hate about some of these mods sometimes. It's like, why is it? What is it? Seriously, just Sonata there? Yeah. Okay, I just went past it like 50 times. Yeah. So he is written. So will not happen. We will not be able to pull him in. We can pull him in the show through our alliance contract, but we're not going to be able to actually bring him in as the leader. Though for Suzuki, we could bring Suzuki in. Though, I don't know. I feel like I don't want to bring that many Japanese wrestlers over full time. I mean, it would make sense. We could. Might not be a bad idea, but it does seem like it would be something that could kind of hurt us in the long run of just paying out on people that we're not going to be using a lot. But I don't know. I'll have to figure that out. So, I mean, we could bring Bushi in. Everyone's favorite LIJ member. You know, I always hear people say, everyone says Bushi's their absolute favorite. Would make sense, especially, but I don't actually. He does not work in America, so that's not going to help us at all. Boy, this is going to be a tough one. Well, let's go to the recommends and let's take a look at who recommended what here. There were some really good suggestions that I saw on last episode's comment section. So we will go there real quick and we'll just take a look. We definitely have to fill out LIJ. I know someone said Rey Mysterio. I feel like he is maybe a little too big for what we want to do. You know, I feel like we need that. I feel like we would burn our money very quickly that way. Though we can take a look. I have a feeling that he's probably he's working everywhere. Yeah, 2,500 show is a little ridiculous. We just can't really feasibly do that in a way that would make sense. It just doesn't work. It's a good idea though. All right, so let's see what did we have here for suggestions. You guys, let's see here. Okay. We're saying Walter for Suzuki-gun would be a good idea. I think we could do that. Yeah. It's actually not a bad idea. Hold on. So one of the suggestions that I saw, which could actually be kind of interesting, is, and we'll have to see. One, I have to see what he's listed as in here. I think he's Jose. That's interesting. Is Alberto El Patron not in the mod? Huh. That's weird. Really? No, there's no way. That would be really something. We'll have to take a look here. So someone said an LIJ member for them would be kind of interesting as the leader of LIJ America. Definitely, I mean, normally a AAA guy wouldn't be working with them, but it's kind of interesting. Let's look at companies and see. I guess the Fed might be easier to see it in. Alumni. Yeah, he's not there. Weird. I would have thought that he would have been on there at some point. So we'll have to figure out here for LIJ, who do we want? I think one of the things, I think what we'll do for time being, I think what makes sense is pulling some people from New Japan that are on a contract, paper appearance. I think Evil makes sense, and he is available. And we'll just lower it a little bit, but 3 years covered, not covered. There you go. I could just make a template, but I'm too lazy to do something that makes my life easier. Don't ask me why. Well, why don't we do that and we grab Bushi for now? Oh, yeah, right. Bushi can't work here. So we have Evil. Evil will be the head of our LIJ brand. So let's scout out CMLL then. They work with New Japan. And if we were New Japan and we said, hey, we're building a division in the Northern Hemisphere and we need some talent and we need some people. Theoretically, we should be able to pull up some people here. So, actually, let's go into our roster, search, and we'll look up their company, see who's actually available. I only want wrestlers. I only want to hire them. I want people that are good in-ring workers, decent pure Risu workers. And let's take a look here. We also need they can work in the United States. That's the key. Okay. Who do we got? Nobody. One guy. The original Sin Cara. Well, I mean, that's interesting. That might work. It's really expensive though. I don't know if that's we're looking for. Okay, let's broaden it out. Let's just say not awful pure Risu and not awful in-ring workers. Still him. Let's just say anybody. Literally anybody that can work in America. Okay. No. Okay, so we can't really pull from CMLL. Let's go to AAA. Okay. So, I mean, we could steal these guys. Normally, in real life, I believe there's a pretty strict contract where AAA wrestlers cannot wrestle with CMLL, though I do think they loosened it a little bit recently. So we can pull some people. In fact, Tehanu would not be a bad pick. His pure Risu skills are a little weak, but his basics are good. What's his cost? 1,100, a little high, but might not be a bad option. Let's give him a 1 year. We'll just play around with him if we need it. Not going to make any agreements on anything. Actually, you know what? Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to try to lowball him a little bit because we're not sure yet. So let's say 820. You want to be at 1040. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll give you a hiring veto. Want to be at 1,000. Okay. What if I told you you'd never be lower than mid-Carter? 990. What about never lower than upper mid-Carter? 960. Okay. I think we've gotten to a point where we're okay there. 1 year contract should be fine. Though, actually, hold on. Let me see. What if I gave you a signing bonus of... Let's see. What's our max signing bonus? 1380? Let's do 1300 even. Would that change it? Okay, so May won't let us go higher. So let's go 1100. 960. Okay, so he's not going to really budge on his price. So in that case, we will just go ahead and meet him at 960 and call it a day. So that is our first LIA member. So it'll be Evil, Tehanu. Tehanu is a middleweight, so he can meet our standard for maybe a tag champion. So we need somebody else. Drago, Aerostar. Is this really all we got, though? Interesting. Like, where's Phoenix? We want some younger too. I don't hate the idea of Aerostar or Drago. Drago could be a pretty good, though. He could be a pretty good junior heavyweight champion contender. Could be pretty interesting. Maybe more than Aerostar. The Drago's pretty old. We might be risking it there. Aerostar might have more potential. The Drago, I feel like, fits the personality of LIJ a little bit more. We'll go with it. We'll do that. We'll do 9 months. His price is fine, too. I did take a look at that. I'd be shocked if he's actually 40. We have the up or downside here. That's no problem. We can do that. Okay. So he wants 800. I'm not willing to even negotiate. It's fine. 800's well within our ballpark. I really just generally, for anybody who's not going to be a main eventer, I don't want to exceed 1,000 a show. It's just not worth it. So we have Tehanu and Drago and Evil. Evil and Tehanu can easily be our tag team contenders. We also need a junior, which could be Drago, and maybe some junior heavy or junior tag team partners, which we'll have to look at. Well, that's not bad for now. We still need to flesh them out a little bit. Let's see. See if we can find anybody else. Let's check Dragon Gate. Any wrestlers to hire that can work in the United States? The other one we could pull from Noah too. Scout there, see if there's anybody that would work. I'm not as familiar with Noah's workers though. Dragon Kid. He's loyal to No, he's probably not. Well, he's paper appearance. He's out injured too, so that's not really a great pick. Let's check Noah. I do have one person I do want, but we have to sim ahead a little bit for that. Or maybe not. Maybe he's already out there. Andrew Everett. That seems weird for LIA, though. I don't know about that one. Huh. Hold on. Let's see something here. Who I would like is... I think we have it already set up. Are you unemployed? Yes. He can't be hired for 56 days, but I think, can we set a negotiation? So I think we'll keep him on the short list. We already put him on it from the last episode. So I think that's our LIA member for our juniors. I think that's a good get for them. I think it would make a lot of sense for that. So for now, that looks good. I don't want to go crazy into hiring yet. But I think that's a pretty good. All right. So let's move on from there from now, and let's start looking at the other stables. Someone also mentioned that, and they are correct in that Kushida is not Chaos, so we'll have to remove him. I believe he's a New Japan Army or whatever, the Misfits. So we'll remove him out of there. Though. Oh no, I just removed the whole stable. Oh geez. Okay. Chaos. It's okay. That's easy fix. I'm an idiot. Okay. We'll add this up. So we need Rocky. Rocky will be a minor member. Switchblade. We need Will Ospreay. Who else is in Chaos? Can't remember. Oh, did we say Jeff Cobb we were going to put in LIA? I think that's not a bad get either. That would make sense in a weird way. Maybe just because he wrestles for Lucha Underground, but I think that would still work. There's also the new guy we could try to pull over that they just grabbed while Takahashi is out injured. All right. I am missing... Oh, yeah, I'm missing the Best Friends. That's what it is. Chucky T. And where's Trent? Do I still have him as Greg? No. Trent. There we go. Okay. So that's pretty good. We still need maybe one more there. Bullet Club OG, we really can't do much with. Because they don't want to really invite people. Though we could pull, I think, we can pull Ishimori. And that would be a good way to round them out a little bit. Where is Ishimori? Is he not on here? Huh. That's weird. Where's the old bone soldier? Let's see. Does he have a different name he goes under? Let's see. No, I think that's his name. Ishimori. Oh, he's still in Noah. Ha ha ha. That's not been updated. He can't see, this is wrong, though. We have to update this. Because he wrestled for... he wrestled for Impact. That's Canada. But he can wrestle in America. I've seen him wrestle in America. I don't like changing these around, but come on, let's face the facts. He did wrestle in America. Can wrestle in United States. Like he wrestled in Impact when Impact was in Florida. I'm almost positive. So, there's that. Okay. Good get. Ishimori should be easy to grab. 3 years covered. Perfect. I ain't even going to mess with it. Looks great to me. Easy. Done. Okay. So, Bullet Club OG. I guess we could get Haku as a manager. Might not be a bad option as well. If we can find him in here. Should be... If this is his real name, Tonka Fatita? No. Man, it's so hard to find people in here sometimes. Maybe he's not in the mod. That's possible too. We're reaching the edges of what's to be expected in here at times, I guess. But let's see. Alumni. No. There's no... Though Ho-Ho Loon is apparently unemployed. Where could we fit him? 500 per show. I mean, every stable needs a jobber. Let's get him. We're gonna get him. I am gonna go low ball him though. And your job is gonna be mostly as a backbone of the roster. You're mostly gonna take pins. But we might pull him for Chaos. Chaos still needs a junior heavyweight tag division for itself, and doesn't really have that yet. Okay, so we got one extra person for Bullet Club OG. Maybe we can pull some people from WWE that we would want to add to that, but we're not really going to be able to grow that much more. It might even fold back into Central Bullet Club. We don't know. Central Bullet Club seems fine. I don't think there's any problem there. Chaos, we're going to bring one extra person in, so that would be... we would still need one more person for a junior tag. So let's scout... let's scout Noah. See if we can pull somebody. Oh, actually, first, was there anybody that Ho-Ho Loon ever wrestled with? No. No relationships at all. So, unfortunately, we can't use existing chemistry. We'll have to build it on our own. But let's go ahead. Let's check Noah. Let's check wrestlers to hire. And they have to be able to work in the United States. Okay. Andrew Everett. I don't know if that really works with us. I kind of want somebody younger, and we also need somebody... Oh, also, we need somebody that is maximum size, light heavyweight. Because they need to be a cruiserweight. We want somebody younger, too, possibly. Well, Ishimori, we're going to grab already. Maybe we'll grab Everett. Might not be a bad get. It's kind of a weird get but it could work. The price is right. Let's do like a 2-year contract, not covered expenses. 600, yeah, sure. Okay. So there we go. So that's Everett will go to Chaos. And Bullet Club Elite's fine. LIA, we have Jeff Cobb in there already. We have some plans for it. Suzuki-gun is next. So Zack Sabre is obviously going to be the leader of Suzuki-gun America. He's got the Killer Elite squad already. So we have the heavyweight tag champion contenders. We have a heavyweight for the U.S. title. We need a junior, and we need 2 junior heavyweights. I think Desperado typically fills in as the junior heavyweights. So I mean, somebody said Walter. And yeah, that would be cool, but I don't think he's going to be our cruiserweight. I just have a hunch. I don't know what it is, but something about that says to me that he won't have a big role with us. But I don't know. The price is right. It's going to be cheap. He seems a little poorly ranked here, but why not? Maybe we could ask him to slim down. Get a lightweight Walter. Okay. We'll try to bring him in. Why not? That might not be a bad idea. We still need... We need a tag team. Junior heavyweight tag team that would fit the aesthetics of Suzuki-gun. So who are Suzuki-gun? They are jerks. People that like to hurt people for a living. So who do we have? Like, a part of me is kind of wishes Drew Gulak wasn't in WWE right now, because him and his brother would be perfect for that role. Well, let's take a look. Let's check what you guys said too. I want to see what your suggestions were. I think there was someone that had some pretty good suggestions for Suzuki-gun, and we'll take a look at that and see what you guys had. That's actually not a bad option. Teddy Hart. I mean, he's a little weathered at this point, but Davey Boy Smith Jr. would love that. I don't think it's a bad idea. Could work. He likes to hurt people. $850. Jeez, come on now. Don't be ridiculous. Okay, I'm going to put you down a 1-year contract, though. I need somebody else that just kind of likes to hurt people. It's a shame. Shayna Baszler would work. It's a shame we don't have intergender wrestling. Silas Young. I can see it. It'd be kind of weird. We might do it for now. I mean, yeah, you know, let's do Silas Young. He's already got a relationship with the Ring of Honor. It's a weird pick, but I can kind of see it. 880. Jeez, come on now. Okay. So there we go. So let's go ahead. Let's sim this up. Let's get these contracts in. All right. Let's go ahead and see who we got here. So we got a lot of contract negotiations. We're waiting the decision. And we have some new goals. So let's go ahead and let's take a look at our goals that Harold May has given us to complete. So remember, If we don't complete these by the time period they expire, we will lose favor with him. If we go too low, he will fire us, and that'll be the end of it. So, goal number 1, and this is a critical, so this will cost us the most. In a year, 11 months, and basically 2 years, we must have gained popularity in America. Okay, that seems reasonable. You cannot hire or extend contracts to any wrestler who has less than a D- in basics. Okay, that should be fine. And you cannot hire or extend a contract of any wrestler who has less than a D- in selling. So we could ignore these if we needed it, but we would basically be spending some of our favor for him, and he would lower our approval rating. Which, if we really need it, we might need to do. I have a feeling nobody that we're looking at has a D- in either of these. So, nor would I really want them at this point as a regional. I think we'd be fine here. So let's go ahead and let's look at our contracts. We have Bandito. I forgot that we were going to grab Bandito for LIA. So I think that's good. Let's pull him in and we'll look at what we wanted him to have. So, we hired Phoenix as well. Boy, man, wasn't that long ago since I recorded this, but somehow I forgot all of it. We'll take that. We're not gonna do any kind of medical stuff. Drago, grab. So we're getting a lot of the people we wanted. Okay. So we're still waiting on these guys. Let's go ahead and let's put them into the roster. Whoop. I'm just clicking everything today. Okay, there we go. Auto push them is fine. Where do they end up? So, still the same there. Tejano and Silas got into the upper mid card, which is fine. Drago, and that all looks good. Kushida's lower mid carder seems low, but I don't know. I guess maybe not. Okay, so that's not bad. So let's pull them in. Let's add up to our roster here. So we're gonna need Phoenix. Now that I'm thinking about it, I could see Tejano and Suzuki-gun. Let's see. So we're going to have Cobb, heavyweight. We're going to have Evil, heavyweight. Phoenix and Drago as tag team, as brother and tag team brothers for junior. We could use one extra. I don't know. That's tough. That's really tough. I could see it going either way. Bandito. Let's keep Tejano out of there for now. I think Tejano might work better in Suzuki-gun. We can always move him over if we need to. Silas and Tejano, and we're grabbing who else did we pull in? Is that everyone that we just hired? Oh, Andrew Everett. So we're still waiting on a couple people for Suzuki-gun. Andrew Everett, we said we would put in for Chaos as sort of a member. And Ho Loon, which is the weirdest hire for us, but that's fine. And then Bullet Club OG, we pulled in. Whoop. I don't want to do any of that. Ishimori. Did we get him? Is he still on the block? All right, we might still be waiting for him. So, let's see here. Decisions. We're still waiting for the contracts with that. Right, and we're thinking of heavy. These guys, Walter for Suzuki, Teddy Hart for Suzuki. ACH is just a unaffiliated, and Ishimori as BCOG. I think that sounds pretty good to me. Let's go ahead and sim it, see if we can get those contracts. Let's see if we got the remaining contracts. It looks like it. Cool. Looking good. We also got something. More goals. Even more goals. My dude, what are you doing? You added one more. Can I have any wrestler... Can I extend the contract of any wrestler or hire a wrestler who has less than a D- in toughness? Fine. Weirdo. Give me this weird crap. Our approval rating's still excellent, so, you know, we don't have to worry about anything right now. I don't think any of those seem too difficult for us. Sometimes they get really bad, like you can't have anybody with history of drug problems or something like that, or every wrestler needs to have a drug screening before they're hired. There's some really crazy stuff. So far, we've gotten nothing that's ridiculous. So that's good. Let's go ahead and fill out the remaining roster. We're still waiting for Evil, aren't we? Okay. So Suzuki is going to get Teddy Hart, and it's going to get Walter. That's a big roster, but that's fine. They're kind of the bad guys. We can have them have a little bit more people than everybody else. Bullet Club OG is going to get our buddy the Bone Soldier, and LIA is going to get. Did we get anybody else? I don't think we had grabbed anybody else that we needed for them. I think we're just waiting for. Yeah, I don't see anybody. No. So what we're waiting on them is we're waiting for. Though I don't see that decision on there. I thought we said that we were gonna grab him. Huh. Let's see. Was he not available? Actor wrestler based in there. Good. So once he's in, we'll pretty much have the whole crew. So, I mean, I think that's a pretty good roster now. We're now at 31, so a little bit more than what we need. We have some unaligned people, which is fine. That goes with the flow. We still need to add some teams up, but the stables seem pretty steady. I think we're ready to go. I think we're ready to start this thing. So, like I said, we're looking at this and we're saying, I think Juice needs to go. We need to figure out how we're going to fill these in, because we're going to have to quickly fill these championships in. So I think the first show we're going to have some maybe like #1 contenderships or something to really push in. I mean, maybe we'll do a tournament. I love tournaments. Maybe we'll do a starter tournament in Destruction America. Anyways, guys, this one went really long. This will be the last of the setup videos. I think we're pretty much set up. So thank you for enduring with me as we kind of finalize the roster and setting all the stables up. But that is it for me today. The next episode will be us going through our Destruction in America tour and starting to fill up these titles and see what's going on. Anyways, guys, thank you for watching and joining me today. I'll see you next time.